Hi, Matt Charles here for PremierGuitar.com. We're here at the New York Amp Show with Shane Nicholas from Fender Amplifiers. Shane's going to take us through some of the products here.
Hi everybody, welcome to the New York Amp Show here in New Jersey. I'm Shane Nicholas, just hanging out here in the hotel showing people some of the cool amps that we've come out with recently. One of my favorites, the Supersonic. We brought a combo and a head and cabinet. Fender classic clean tone, you can't get any other way. And then a dual cascading gain preamp. Supersonic series, very cool stuff from Fender. Let's go in the other room, see what we got.
Hey Shane, show us what we got over here.
Okay, these are a couple of our limited edition amplifiers. This model is called the 60th Anniversary Woody Pro Jr. It's a 15-watt tube amp with just a volume and a tone control, but it really sounds fantastic with its solid maple cabinet and its Jensen Alnico speaker. And the thing I love about these is you just kind of turn the knobs up, turn your guitar down, turn your guitar up. And it's so much fun, just really dynamic. Awesome. Okay, over here, amp we like to call the Fender 57. There were less than 300 of these made last year. We still have a few left and they're available at dealers. It's the hand-wired 5E3 circuit, about 15 watts with 6V6 output tubes, but everything is all custom-made appointments. Knurled special knobs here, aluminum speedboat handle, solid maple cabinet, got this kind of 50s Art Deco sort of grill, holographic badge, and then around back we have a Celestion Alnico Blue speaker. And this got one of the finest sounds you can ever get out of an amplifier. It's really a rewarding experience to play guitar, and just by how hard you hit and how you set the knobs, you have a whole universe of sound available to you. And you're basically working two knobs on the amp. That's awesome. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Okay.
What do we got over here?
Okay, these are some amps that we've recently come out with. We call it the Vintage Modified series. They're takeoffs on old historical Fender platforms, but with some little minor changes. We've got the Champion 600, which is a 5-watt amp with a 6-inch speaker. Very similar to a, what is that, almost a 60-year-old amp. But it's juiced up a little bit for a little more gain and stuff, and very reasonably priced. We get over here to the Vibro Champ. This came out recently. This is a 5-watt Class A amp, tube with some solid state and digital stuff in the front end. So you have 16 different amp voices from clean to distorted, all different, you know, tweed and blackface and stuff. And then effects as well, and I'll show you what it sounds like here. Now, I used to record with Vibro Champs a lot, and the thing I love about them is it's a real small, low-volume amp, but when you record with it, the dynamics of the tubes distorting and the speaker distorting is really pretty cool. So again, you play light and you really hit it. Your tubes and your speaker are going, you know. So, and this is, you know, it's hotel room volume. Yeah, awesome. And then the voice knob here. A whole bunch of different voices to choose from. You want some vibratone in there. Yeah, maybe some tremolo. It's a 5-watt Class A tube amp with an 8-inch speaker. Okay, moving over here to the Super Champ, we have a 15-watt amp, two 6V6 tubes, a 10-inch speaker, and we also have a channel selector. So when you're over on the first channel, it's the Fender Blackface clean tone that everybody loves. Go over here and you have your 16 different voices. So we'll put it on a number 8 is like a 60s British. So to be able to get that and classic Fender blackface tone in a tube amp for like a few $100s, it's a real killer. Yeah. So vintage modified series.
This is a special amp over here. Tell us about this one, Shane.
Okay, the oft-requested, long-awaited reissue of the '65 Princeton Reverb. There's been lots of chat on the internet forums and stuff about this. The rumor has gotten out that we were doing it. We were busy building them. We're building stock so that beginning of June, dealers all over the world will start getting them. And people are very familiar with our 65 Twin and 65 Deluxe Reverb reissues. This is the next one in that series. It's real-world pricing. It's a printed circuit board, but then hand-wired tube sockets and good transformers and wood in the cabinet and all that stuff. So for the working musician or someone who doesn't necessarily want a hand-wired boutique, there you go. And the originals have really gone up like crazy on the used market, which is why more and more people have been begging us to reissue this amp. Princetons are cool because they're fairly low powered, but they have the classic Fender reverb and tremolo. So for you to go to a session or a small, restaurant gig or something like that, it's the perfect amp that has some stuff built in, yet, guy in New York going in a taxi cab can take the amp. So let's listen to it.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, classic, Fender long spring reverb. I'll turn it way up. Okay, turn the reverb off. Let's do the vibrato. Okay, that's the old bias type tremolo, which is actually turning the power tubes on and off. So it's not as chattery as, say, a 65 Deluxe tremolo would be. Really cool sound. And then, of course, you crank the amp up, and you've got a 10-inch Jensen speaker in there and two 6V6 power tubes, and it breaks up like crazy. So really, for almost any style of music, this is a great amp. It takes to pedals really well. You have a little tube screamer or something like that in front of it. You're loving life. And that's the new Princeton Reverb reissue. Comes with a foot switch and with a nice cover, and it's made in USA, and I think people are really going to love them.
Thanks a lot for coming down, Shane. We appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
I enjoyed it. Thanks a lot, everybody.
PremierGuitar.com here at the New York Amp Show.